Good for you guys. Squeeze as much cash out of the Word of God as you can.
We make more money from one song than anybody in the history of music, okay? And he's doing pretty well with the Bible, too.
Some Republicans who are in the room described the meeting as a gripe-filled airing of legal and personal grievances.
Celebrating his 78th birthday on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., Donald Trump was joined by fellow House of Representatives members on June 14, 2024. Furthermore, he went to Capitol Hill. The celebration quickly turned into a farce, full of embarrassing, hilarious, and outrageous acts, and it didn't take long for it to become a farce.
It was his first visit to the Hill since January 6th. They always return to the scene of the crime.
If Jimmy Kimmel were given the opportunity to make fun of Donald Trump, he would be the perfect host to do it. A clip from Trump's speech was presented at the top of Kimmel's show. In the clip, the former president appeared to lose his cool over Joe Biden's endorsement by Taylor Swift. Kimmel appeared to be upset over the endorsement.
He said, why would she endorse this dope?
Immediately prior to the start of Kimmel's performance, the sample was shown. He was the center of attention for the entire day. And it wasn't just because he couldn't stop griping about the fact that Taylor Swift didn't support him. An unexpected comment made by President Trump about the daughter of Nancy Pelosi was brought to the attention of the public by a journalist by the name of Jake Sherman on the social media platform X, which was formerly known as Twitter.
Trump said at this meeting, Nancy Pelosi's daughter is a wacko.
Nancy Pelosi's daughter is a wacko. The tweet made it abundantly clear to communicate. The woman whose daughter shared this information with me was expressing the idea that Nancy and I would make a wonderful fit if circumstances were different. Nevertheless, you have the option of selecting from a range of ages. The comedian Jimmy Kimmel did not waste any time in making fun of Donald Trump after the latter made an odd remark. Shortly after Jake Sherman's X piece received a great amount of attention, one of Nancy Pelosi's children made the prompt decision to rectify the situation. Among the many things that she said about Trump, she referred to him as a liar, insane, and dishonest. She was honest and upfront when she was asked for her opinion. Through her tweet that read, speaking for all 4 Pelosi daughters, "This is a lie," she made it abundantly obvious that she intended to refute the statement. His dishonest and illogical infatuation with our mother is another reason why Donald Trump is sick, demented, and unsuited to be in the White House or anywhere near her. He is also unqualified to be in the White House. It is not possible for him to be successful in any of these locations. It appears like Donnie has lied once more by the facts, in spite of the fact that it appears that the truth is eventually exposed to Donald Trump after each and every one of his statements. He continues to make statements that are not true. This design is beginning to take shape in its initial stages. Due to this most recent occurrence, the number of instances in which reality has swiftly corrected Trump's version of events has increased over the course of the past few years. With regard to the counter-argument, Jimmy Kimmel was of the opinion that this was quite absurd. Please have a look at this comment. It is adorable and succinct. It has been reported that a number of Republican senators, including Mitch McConnell, were present at the conference that took place on June 14, 2024, at a location that has not been identified. In light of the profound hostility that exists between Senator McConnell and Donald Trump, this has the potential to be an extremely fascinating topic of conversation. To give you an example, you might find it helpful to watch this video. Donnie reverted to his typical strategy of criticizing Mitch McConnell's spouse on his site, Truth Social, in response to the remarks that Mitch McConnell had made a few moments earlier. Jimmy Kimmel publicly criticized Senator McConnell for being dishonest after he found out that McConnell had responded to Trump with a response. In light of the fact that McConnell has shifted his allegiance to Trump, in spite of these facts, this action was initiated.
I support him. He's been earned the nomination by the voters all across the country. And of course, I'll be at the meeting tomorrow.
Oh, what a spineless little Mitch you are.
Even though Donnie's birthday party was already outrageous due to the entire narrative, it became even more ridiculous as the celebration progressed. In response to McConnell's claim that he is prepared to officially endorse Trump after studying his previous attack on his wife, Jimmy Kimmel expressed his disbelief. Exactly this was his response to the question. The sudden endorsement of Donald Trump by Senator McConnell should not come as much of a surprise given the well-known habit habit of the Republican Party to flip its position on issues. It was anticipated, despite the fact that it didn't make any sense at all. On his late-night show that aired on June 15, 2024, Kimmel discussed the birthday party reception that Donnie had attended the day before. As soon as he arrived, he did not waste any time in destroying the massive gathering that had gathered to greet him. The people in this group were devoted to the president who had served before them. Take a look at the video that is located. Jimmy Kimmel was lavished with hugs and kisses during his reception, which was attended by prominent Republicans and MAGA nuts. Jimmy Kimmel was disgusted by the acts of these individuals. This issue is made so interesting by his consistent delivery of humorous remarks, which he continues to give. Discovering that is sure to be a humiliating experience. Jimmy Kimmel disclosed in a later segment that he had intended to present his friend with a present. This was done in light of the fact that Donnie is known to occasionally watch Jimmy Kimmel's show. Kimmel presented him with a book on the occasion of his birthday. The book contained all of the nicknames that the comedian had given him, regardless of how funny, humiliating, or embarrassing they were, beginning with the beginning of his career and continuing forth. Would it be possible for you to have a spare?
Don Corleone, Napoleon Bonaparte, R. Smelly, Rip One Van Winkle, Count Flatula, Founding Farter.
In a single word, yes, 78 wonderfully hilarious nicknames were given to Trump by him, and each of them was just as stupid as the others.
We've come up with a lot of nicknames for Donald Trump, and so in honor of his birthday, we combed through the archives. Fibonacci, Commander and Thief, Nostradamus, El Porkchopper, Farty Five, Teddy Roosevelt, Gaseous Clay, Dopey McRopey, Leprechaun Man.
A recent encounter between President Trump and country music performer Lee Greenwood resulted in Trump praising Greenwood for his success in selling copies of the Bible with the title, God Bless the USA. Greenwood was a recipient of Trump's compliments. This is a reference to the scandals that have engulfed Trump throughout the years.
He made more money from one song than anybody in the history of music, okay? And he's doing pretty well with the Bible, too.
Trump congratulating his partner on this deal, country singer Lee Greenwood, the God Bless the USA guy, on how much money they're making from it.
The reaction that Kimmel gave was funny in and of itself. This Bible is available for purchase at this location. A clergyman by the name of Tim Wildsmith uses his YouTube channel to talk about and evaluate a number of different Bibles. His popularity can be attributed to the more than 800 Bible study videos that he has produced. First, let's take a look at the ad that they are using to market these Bibles so that we can get a better understanding of Tim's position on the matter. Are there any things that Pastor Tim has to say about this that you would be interested in hearing? Tim, the preacher, begins by pointing out that the Bible is not as leathery as one might anticipate it to be. Additionally, he raises questions about its origins, stating that the Bible was most likely produced in Asia from the very beginning.
This doesn't even look like leather. Honestly, it feels pretty fake and cheap to me. This feels more like a money grab than anything else, and I kind of just wish it didn't exist.
Despite the fact that it does not specifically identify Asia by name. According to him, even if you believed that we had covered everything, there is still more to discuss. His meeting with Donald Trump took place on June 13, 2024, and it was also attended by Logan Paul. During the course of the conversation, he brought up a lot of things that were not rational, such as Paul's beverage, which was called Prime. This is quite significant.
I finished my first year.
It's an amazing 2 stories, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Who makes more money?
It depends on the year.
That's Pulitzer Prize winner Logan Paul and the former president plugging in energy drink. It sounds like a joke.
Immediately and without any hesitation, Jimmy Kimmel criticized Donald Trump for his incomprehensible statements that gave the impression that he was naive.
Is that your new drink? Oh, that's good. Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
If you make it, I like it.
It gives the impression that everyone on the planet is always condemning Trump, which is something that I find really incredible.